Hi, my name's Stephen, and this is Wonderful Wednesdays number 3. And today we're having a look at John chapter 15, which is one of the books near the start of the New Testament, which is the second half of the Bible. And John is one of the Gospels, so it follows the life of Jesus. And in John 15, this is kind of not long before he gets arrested and then crucified. And so, in the bit we're looking at, he's talking to his disciples, his followers, and he's using an analogy of a vine, like the plant that grapes grow on, to explain a bit about who he is and who they are. And so I'm going to read from John 15, verse 4. Jesus says, "Remain in me, as I also remain in you. No branch can bear fruit by itself. It must remain in the vine. Neither can you bear fruit unless you remain in me. I am the vine, you are the branches. If you remain in me and I in you, you will bear much fruit. Apart from me, you can do nothing." And so Jesus is making quite a big claim. He's comparing himself to the main plant, the vine, and he's comparing his followers and people to branches. And in the same way that branches are created to bear good fruit, people are created for a certain purpose. And Jesus is basically saying that as people, you're not going to be able to fulfill your purpose unless you're connected to the vine, which Jesus is saying is him, is Jesus. I believe that we're definitely all created for a purpose in the same way that branches are created for a purpose. And Jesus is basically saying that you can't fulfill that unless you're plugged into the right source. So there's something really important about, as people, what it is we're connected to, what it is that I guess we're getting our life energy, our life source from. I think that as people, God has created us to need things. That is completely okay. I know in society it's all about being independent and we're strong on our own, we don't need anything, but I do think God has created us to need stuff. He's created us to need stuff from him. And a helpful way that I find to remember the key things that we're created to need from God, 3 S's. So you've got security, satisfaction, and significance. And those 3 things are things that I believe we all are created to need from God. But we all, most of the time, choose to go looking for those things from other places. We choose to go looking for security from our money. We choose to go looking for satisfaction from the way that we live our lives. And we choose to go looking for significance and meaning from the people that are around us and what they're saying about us. And we do need all that stuff, but we can get it from God. And Jesus is basically saying that unless you're getting all of this, getting your life from me, from God, you're not going to be bearing the fruit that you're created to produce. And so if you're listening to this today and you're a Christian and this is all kind of familiar to you, then I would challenge you still to really step back and look at what it is that you're plugged into. As a human being, what are you connected to? Where are you drawing your life from? Where are you getting those 3 S's from? Are you getting them from other things in the world, or are you getting them from God? And if this is all new to you, if this is never something you've probably explored, I want to encourage you today to just have a look and have a think about the possibility that all that stuff that you've been searching for in your life, which we all do, all the stuff that makes us feel alive, maybe you can get that from God. Maybe actually connecting your life to God in a way that you've never thought was possible before or never tried to do before is actually the answer to getting a lot of the life meaning that we need as people. And so explore it. Have a think about what it might look like to give your life to God. It sounds like such a crazy thing to do if that's not something you're used to thinking about. But actually that's the way we're created to be. God has created us to need from him, to be connected from him, and then to be blessed by him. And that is the only way that we can produce this fruit, this good stuff in life that Jesus is saying we're created to produce.